Hi, everyone. Let me start by sharing a personal belief. I deeply care about the environment, which is why I am working for the mining industry. Do you think that's make me hypocrite? I am an engineer by training, and I work for the mining industry for more than 22 years. This experience really gives me a toolkit to understand the physical world around me. It gives me also the opportunity to be part of the solution to combating the climate change. Let's start this conference with a little bit of word association. When I say to you the word mining, which images pop into your mind? I think I can guess some of the answers. How those answers change when I say to you another word? Renewable energy. I think all of you can agree with me that the association with mining is negative, whereas the association with renewable energy is pretty positive. But the question is how we made how we make those solar panels, how we make those wind turbines, if not by extracting raw materials from the ground. It seems obvious when you think about it, but it confirms the proverb that says, if it cannot be grown, it has to be mined. Everything we use in our day-to-day lives has either to be grown or to be extracted from the ground. Each newborn in this world will need 3,000 million pounds of minerals and metals in their lifetime. It's really time to change our thinking of this conversation about mining. I am not exaggerating when I say that this modern world, will not be able to function without mining. From the smartphone to the wind turbines. The smartphone in your pocket contains two-thirds elements coming from the periodic table. Even toothpaste contains minerals and metals, fluoride, phosphate, limestone, titanium, etc. The mining activity is the historical starting point since the Stone Age, and it is still facing the existing challenges and the future challenges. The modern transport cannot be possible without mining. When you take a car, it contains 1 ton of steel and ore, 100 kilograms of aluminum, 20 kilograms of copper. The mining industry is playing an integral role in green transition energy. If you take the 2-megawatt wind turbines, it contains 300 tons of steel, 20 kilograms of copper, 1,000 concrete requiring limestone extracted from the ground. We are facing the biggest threat in generations in climate change. And to face it, we need low carbon technologies. To make those low carbon technologies, we need to mine more raw materials than we have done in the past. To put you in context how resource intensive this energy is going to be, I will take copper as an example. Copper is a good indicator for growth economy. During the last 5,000 years, humanity extracts about 500 million tons of copper. The same quantity will be needed for the next 25 years in order to meet needs for the low carbon technologies. Other materials like graphite, lithium, and cobalt may increase by 500% by 2050 in order to meet the demand for clean energy. Then, for sure, the clean energy transition will be significantly mineral intensive. So our world needs changes. Future generations are dependent on the decision we are making today. To tackle the challenges we are facing, we need freedom to embrace new way of thinking, to embrace sustainable thinking in order to build a future world. All of us can create a positive impact, however large or small our changes are. We must navigate the future by reinventing how we consume and how we interact with our environment, by embracing innovations and caring for others. It will lead us to a brighter world for future generations. We cannot face all those problems, but only with individual actions. We need organizations and businesses in order to set up too. Let me present to you a Moroccan company that is already in its way to interact with positive impact with its environment by reimagining mining to improve human lives.
Can you imagine a world without metals? Without it, the world wouldn't be what it is. At Manajam, our mission is to find, transform, and add value to the raw materials that are part of our everyday lives. Sometimes we have to go far-flung, remote places to find these raw materials. Exploration lets us discover new resources and renew our reserves. It's a key task on which depends our entire development potential. Manajam, Morocco's #1 mining operator, is listed on the Casablanca Stock Exchange since 2000. Building on our 90 years of experience, we've been exporting our skills throughout Africa for more than 20 years. As a fully integrated company, we manage all our activities from exploration through commercialization and every step in between, including R&D, mining operations, and valorization. In a world that's vulnerable to extreme volatility of raw material prices, our diversity makes us durable and more resilient. Historically, a major operator in Africa, we are present in 9 countries across the continent, and we are developing a diversified, balanced portfolio with strong growth potential. Gold is at the heart of our development strategy. The goal, producing 8 tons in the medium term. We are exploring and valorizing gold deposits on the African continent. Today, we are developing large-scale projects like Trika in Guinea, with reserves of more than 1 million resources. In Sudan, we've built one of the biggest industrial units in our country at our Gabgaba mine, with the objective of producing 2 tons of gold annually. Manajam is the biggest silver producer in Africa. Our Imita mine in Morocco is an exceptional deposit, one of the world's rare native silver mines. This metal is not just used in jewelry, it is equally useful in medicine for its antiseptic properties, as well as for manufacturing solar panels, household appliances, and food packaging. Worldwide consumption of copper is nearly 25 million tons a year. The electrical and electronics industries represent half of world demand. Today, we are initiating a new growth era. We anticipate doubling our production in the longer term, thanks to large-scale projects like TZ and Bouscourt in Morocco and Pimpi in the Democratic Republic of Congo. 70% of our zinc and lead production comes from Drasfa mine, the deepest mine in North Africa, plunging 1,200 meters underground. Our technical expertise has allowed us to develop this secured, mechanized mine in difficult soil that does not easily lend itself to such development. Drahasfar has strong growth potential. Its resources have been replenished every year for more than 10 years. Zinc, lead, and the derivatives are valorized in our major industrial complex at Gemesa, which has 8 production units. Other materials contribute to our diversity, such as the high-content fluorite that we produce at our El Hammam mine. Valued both for the range of its colors and for its ability to lower temperature, fluorite is used in the optical, metallurgical, and cement industries, among others. Integrity, goodwill, commitment, audacity. These are the values that drive men and women of Managem every day, and that influence our performance and our development. Our ambition is to be a responsible regional leader, growing sustainably and contributing to our continent development. The health and safety of our collaborators are priorities. We create value in surrounding communities by contributing to their socio-economic development. We push ourselves to reduce environmental impact of our activities as we operate with a long-term vision. Our true wealth is the 6,000 men and women who every day take action with passion and bring us closer to our goals. At Managem, we aim for developing people skills, offering training toward necessary qualifications, and helping our people fulfill their potential and show their talents. Because growing together is important for us. Thanks to them, we've never felt younger, more dynamic, and more determined to meet the challenges of a changing world. Our ambitions are unlimited. The story has only just begun.
We are very proud that we are one of the historical mining industry activities in Morocco and even in Africa with more than 90 years of experience. We are also a historic activity of Almada that is one of the largest private equity funds in the Pan-African scene. Almada has an African identity. Its aim is to contribute to the dynamic of South-South cooperation through impacting investment on a Pan-African scale. The name of Almada has the tagline "Positive Impact," which reflects their commitment to promote sustainable investment. For Managem, innovation is the key player that enabled our group to tackle all the challenges we faced during 90 years of the existence of our group. To face the future challenges, our main vision is to connect effectively, efficiently, and sustainably the raw materials in the ground with people who need them and value them. For that, Managem is reimagining mining activity by putting sustainability at the same level with growth and productivity. Reminex, which is the arm development of our group, in charge of technology, engineering, and project delivery, is supporting our group to change the way we mine by creating innovative processes, delivering new projects, and improving resource efficiency. Reminex is using the latest technologies and the innovative practices in order to transform our group from a mining operator to a sustainable business model. Concretely, for more than 40 years, Reminex supports Managem through three main axes and concepts. The first concept is to rethink everything in the mining value chain by incorporating climate resilience from the design and engineering to operation, by reducing raw materials and water use and boosting energy efficiency and saving. And the third concept is placing the recycling at the core of our business to reduce our footprint and preserve primary resources. In a concrete way, during 40 years, we developed 40, more than 13 innovative processes, which result into 50 major projects delivered in-house. 9 of those innovative processes were patented internationally, thanks to our ambitious R&D program oriented toward the transformation of the future footprint of mining. To anchor the strategy of innovation, R&D, and sustainability, Reminex supports the reinvention of the entire value chain, from the assessment of mineral reserves to the valorization of innovative processes, mining design, until the mining waste beneficiation and environmental monitoring. To implement this sustainable strategy, strategic axes were identified in order to manage this transition that shape the mining value chain into this new sustainable world. The first concept is focusing on how we manage our priorities in terms of metal targeted. During the last 20 years, Managem has diversified its product by focusing in materials that will help enabling energy transition. Our commitment to R&D enabled us to develop 30 new processes that create added value and diversification in ways that facilitate growth and sustainability. As shown in this table, 80% of our products are used in low carbon technologies. When you take cobalt, is a strategic metal for energy storage. Copper is used in the majority of low carbon technologies, in wind, in solar panels, in energy storage, and even in geothermal technologies. The same thing for zinc, for nickel, for silver, etc. Our know-how for a complex or beneficiation of those strategic metals enabled us to develop these processes while maximizing the value recovered from our deposits. Over 90% is the value recovered from Managem deposits, while the average in mining is between 80 and 85%. This ratio is very important, and it is a good indicator to determine the efficiency of resources use. In addition, more than 10 industrial projects developed in-house makes our company pioneer in waste beneficiation. By focusing on those strategic metals used in low carbon technologies, we enable management to be part of the solution of energy transition. The second concept in our sustaining development is mining downstream development. In 1997, the work done by our R&D team enabled us to create a hydrometallurgy process that generated added value for the entire group. Concretely, 35% of our business is developed by integrating hydrometallurgy in our cobalt value chain, cobalt which is strategic for this energy transition. By creating hydrometallurgy process, Managem produces very high quality of cobalt cathodes. Our products have 99.95% of content of cobalt. Our innovative process allowed us also to extract all the metals contained in the ore. We are producing, in addition to cobalt, which is our primary metal in our deposit, we are producing other products as nickel, copper, gold, and axonite. This Moroccan process, developed in-house and patented since 1993, enabled Managem to be recognized worldwide as a cobalt clean cathode producer. To go further downstream in the cobalt production chain, we succeed to synthesize internally and in-house new cathode materials for rechargeable batteries by using innovative approach that aim is to improve electrochemical and safety characteristics. And all of us know the importance of safety for the batteries we are using in our smartphone, in our laptops, in our future electric vehicles. This process, developed in-house, was patented internationally since 2010, and it is accepted by many countries. In USA in 2012, in Japan in 2014, and in Korea in 2015. Our cathode of cobalt is also RMI certified, Responsible Minerals Initiatives, which is an international third party that audits and determines which companies are using responsible process to deliver sustainable products. We are very proud that our product is known and certified worldwide as a sustainable product. Let me put you in the context of the electric vehicle value chain production by presenting to you two metals, nickel and cobalt, that are used in the electric vehicle. Those metals are extracted in large quantities in South America and in DRC. They are shipped over to China in order to be refined into batteries grade lithium and cobalt. After that, they are shipped to Japan or to Korea in order to put those batteries, those refined batteries into batteries that power electric vehicles. For your information, 90% of EV batteries are manufactured in only 3 countries: China, Korea, and Japan. Those batteries are shipped back to Europe in order to put them into electric vehicle plants. Actually, metals used in electric vehicles travel more than 50,000 kilometers before cars have even been driven a single mile, which is a lot of carbon footprint. And that's only for two metals, cobalt and nickel. In Managem, we took these challenges as an opportunity by using our know-how, our strategic localization near Europe, and also our Moroccan product, green cobalt, to release a lower carbon future. The high quality and the sustainability of our product enabled us to feed the ecosystem of electric vehicle in Europe. Managem has already signed many partnerships with reputed car manufacturers to provide green cobalt for car batteries. And we are very proud as a Moroccan company to be part of the EBA, which is the European Battery Alliance. This alliance, launched by the European Commission to build a sustainable European battery industry. And the high quality and the sustainability of our products, the cathode of cobalt, they placed our company among the IRMA, which is the European Raw Materials Alliance. This alliance encourages companies using innovative and circular economy to deliver sustainable products. The third concept is waste beneficiation. Waste is inevitable, not only in the mining industry, but for all the activities. Our commitment to R&D has enabled us to develop innovative solutions to manage those mining waste. Managem launched the Green Ship program that enabled us to develop 11 waste beneficiation projects at the industrial scale. The objective of this Green Ship program is to reduce storage areas to decrease environmental impact while producing marketable products from mining waste. Concretely, for more than 20 years, over 40% of our mining waste is recycled in 11 waste beneficiation projects. 1 million tons a year is recycled in order to produce 11 high added value products from those wastes. To share with you some industrial realization, in 1997, Managem has been producing cathode of cobalt from the historic cobalt mining waste. We succeed to recover a low grade of cobalt from contained in those wastes, 0.4% of cobalt, to produce a high quality of cathodes with 99.95%. In 2005, we succeed also to recover the tailing, the waste from the hydrometallurgic tailing to produce cobalt, copper, and gold. Our expertise in recycling enabled Managem to obtain the label of the COP22 committee for its sulfuric acid, developed in 2012. The principle of this project is to recover more than 20 years of mining waste of the polymetallic mine. 2 years after, in 2014, we succeed to recycle the mining waste of the silver mine. Actually, 50% of our silver production is coming from recycling mining waste. Let me share with you a video that summarizes in 1 minute our concrete achievements in mining recycling. The third concept of our approach to sustainable mining is the urban mine, with a recycling potential of more than 80%. Waste electronic and electrical equipment, which is called now the urban mine, presents an important source of mineral resources, not only for plastics or ferrous metals, but also for precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, and also for the rare earths. Those strategic metals are under strong economic pressure on the global scale. Recycling used equipment, it's an innovative solution to face the future demand. For example, smartphone, they contains more than 40 critical raw materials with a concentration of gold 30 times that of the richest primary gold mine. In 1 ton of used mobile phones, we have 300 kilograms of gold. In Africa, 1 billion used mobile telephones are discarded each year. And the scientists estimated that we have more than 50 million tons of electronic and electric waste remain to be recuperated worldwide. For Managem, recycling waste electronic and electrical equipment is listed as a strategic way in our innovation to preserve mineral resources. The Research Center of Reminex has established its own pilot plant with an innovative approach guaranteeing a high level of performance with a treatment capacity of 800 tons a year. This innovative process takes in consideration all the aspects of environmental impact by adopting a process using moderate temperature in order to avoid all the problems of gaseous emissions. This innovative process also is guaranteeing economic impact by minimizing losses of metals in recycling stage. The recovery we are releasing in our pilot plants is more than 95%. For each ton we recycle in these plants, we extract 300 grams of gold, 1.5 kilograms of silver, 13% of tin, and 80% of copper. In addition to this economic impact, we include our project in the framework of our social and societal policy. From the beginning of this project, in the early stage of this project, in sorting, shredding, we encourage the creation of an ecosystem of small businesses that are managed by young people. We set up a whole training program in order to include those young people in the ecosystem of our project. New patent, new patent was filed the last month of August in order by Reminex on this innovative process. Recycling batteries is another solution to secure resources and preserve primary materials. As a popularity of electric vehicle start to grow explosively, so does the batteries that power those cars. By 2030, the world will generate 2 million metric tons of used lithium batteries per year. The challenge of addressing battery end-of-life issues is considered by Managem as an opportunity. Those power packs contain valuable materials, valuable metals, and other materials that can be recovered, processed, and reused. We developed in-house an innovative process to recycle the black mass which is the positive electrode of used batteries. And in the beginning of this year, Managem began recycling used batteries by producing valuable products. Cathode of cobalt, nickel hydroxide, nickel sulfide, and lithium carbonate. Those three metals, cobalt, nickel, and lithium, account for more than a half of batteries' cost. Recycling cobalt from secondary materials is our innovative concept to anchor our circular economy concept. 50% of cobalt world's demand is supplied from one country, DRC, which raises a real concern about the potential future supply of cobalt. On the other side, the demand of cobalt will increase by 300% by 2030 in order to meet energy transition and green mobility needs. Recycling is viewed as an option to provide an alternative stream of supply by recovering cobalt from secondary materials. In Managem, more than 70 secondary materials were tested by Reminex. And in 2016, our group began a new activity of recycling cobalt from secondary materials by using hydrometallurgic process. Actually, 50% of our cobalt production is coming from reusing secondary materials. And it enables us to reach the capacity of production of 2,500 tons a year. This capacity puts our company among the top 10 of the cathode of cobalt producer worldwide. To summarize, our group as a mining company consolidates many strategies to implement concretely the concept of circular economy. This concept of circular economy is our important contribution to achieve sustainable development. From the early stage of mining, great attention is paid to ensure that deposits targeted for exploration are sustainable and can be recycled afterwards. We are working with valorization processes that improve resource efficiency. Knowing that wastes are inevitable, not only for the mining industry, but for all the activities, our commitment to R&D enabled us to develop efficient and sustainable solutions to manage those mining waste. And also, we have even used our know-how in order to develop capabilities to process secondary materials coming from the end users, like lithium batteries and waste electronic and electric equipment. This concept is our concrete contribution to meet present needs without promising future needs or the needs of the future generation. This circular economy calls for a complete reinvention of the entire value chain. Our materials are kept in use as long as possible. Our products are returned in a loop through the system, and our wastes are recycled. It's not a complex approach. In Managem, our circular economy concept is using existing strategies as resource productivity and efficiency, life cycle thinking, and shifting to low carbon technology. Let me share with you concrete outcome of our green mining approach by translating into numbers and indicators three main concepts that speed up the, the transition to a climate positive future. The first concept is moving to renewable source of electricity. 80% of energy consumption in Moroccan activities are ensured by renewable energy sources. The second concept is reducing the water intensity of mining process. 60% of water consumed at management operations is recycled. And the third concept is reducing the quantity of mined materials. 40% of our waste, mining waste, is recycled. 50% of our cobalt production is coming from reusing secondary materials. 50% of our silver production is coming from recycling mining waste. Curbing the climate change and managing resources is a responsibility for all of us. We are doing our part by developing new ways to extract, to produce, to consume, to recover, and even to recycle. In Managem, innovation, digitalization, sustainability are working hand in hand in order to ensure that materials needed to build a better world are produced responsibly and kept in use for as long as possible through intelligent product design and process that consider recycling and circularity. Managem vision towards a sustainable future can be summarized in three main words: rethink, reduce, and recycle. With our strong roots in Africa for more than 90 years, with our people and our stakeholders at the heart of our business, we are reimagining today in order to reshape tomorrow, in order to secure the transition from the life cycle of the mine to the life cycle of the minerals. Let me finish this conference by sharing with you my personal belief. I deeply care about the environment, which is why I am working for the mining industry in order to unlock sustainable value from those precious mineral resources for the benefit of our communities, our countries where we operate, and for future legacy. Thank you. If you have some question.
one question. Sorry. I have one question. Based on your experience in sustainable development within Managem, do you think that all the sustainable goals that have been set by UN can be achieved by mining sector? Because we have seen a lot of talk about the economy, the green energy, but not too much about the social responsibility.
I think the mining activity has the potential and the opportunity to contribute positively to those 17 SDGs, Social Development Goals. We have got, as a mining, we have got to go where minerals are. And generally, for example, for Managem, we are launching all of our activities in a land locked areas, in landlocked areas. We have to set up everything before starting. Roads, electricity, access to water, and health services. And by doing this, we are already addressing a big majority of those SDGs goals, and even before starting the production. And even when we operate, as we have seen, we are using the latest technologies in order to extract with responsibility, to produce with less waste, to curb climate, and to improve human lives.
I've got a question for you. It's well, first of all, it's very impressive to see the amount of raw materials that you unlock from processed products like cell phones and electronics and so forth. So my question is a little bit simpler. It's not as philosophical as my colleague's question here, my friend's question here, but the raw materials that you recycle, is that from Managem's own operations, or do you recycle batteries and cell phones and other products from waste disposal sites outside of cities and outside of communities? Thank you very much.
As I said, Managem has more than 90 years of existence, and we have a lot of mining waste generated by our activities. For this, we developed these innovative. We start by launching Reminex, which is our research center of R&D and engineering, in order to develop those new innovative processes. But of course, we start the beginning by recycling our mining waste. After that, thanks to these hydrometallurgical process we patented, we are now also recycling other secondary materials from big traders like Glencore, Trafigura in our existing plants in order to produce cobalt, nickel, etc.
Thank you. This was great. You obviously come into contact with populations during the course of your mining activities. Would you be able to share some best practices that you've put in place in interacting with those communities? Thank you.
The answer to your question makes sense when we link our group to its origins. As we have seen, all the mining activities must change their way to operate, but also we must change our way to connect with our own environments. Managem, we moved local development from charity to CSR, corporate social responsibility, by working hand in hand with governments, government communities, NGOs, in order to deliver long-term opportunities that can work for local population. Each region or each country has its own specific needs, and we have everything to gain by by entering into a win-win partnership with those local population. I can give you some concrete examples in many countries where we are operating. For example, in Sudan, one of the most important priorities for this country is to the industrialization of the mining sector. Over 90% of gold production in Sudan is coming from artisanal mines. Managem succeed to develop the first industrial gold mine in this country, and we are very proud about it. 80% of our employees are coming from local population, and we are still working on this strategy to support Sudan. For example, our last project we are working on is to create a mining university in the region where we operate in order to help the country to have local mining expertise that can, in order to enable them to have other investors in the mining sector in Sudan. Thank you very much for your comment.